Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA. In today's real user review, we are going to be taking a look at a Greenroom136 wildcard custom buildup of a Rainmaker in VX42. Now, to get this out of the way, yes, I have had a long-standing partnership with Greenroom136, but they do not in any way endorse me or pay me to say anything positive about their bags. No one pays me to say anything negative about their bags. I have just had a relationship with them for quite some time now because Patrick, the owner, is a stand-up dude and they put out a great product. So we have been working together to do bag testing and review for some time now. Now, with that out of the way, we're going to talk about the bag itself. Now this, again, is a VX42 wildcard build up. Now, sometimes the wildcard buildup could be a little bit daunting, so let's go ahead and walk you through the buildup of this bag. It's pretty simple once you kind of break it down and take a look at it. Once we land on the Greenroom136 homepage, we're going to go ahead and select the Shop Online tab at the top of the page. And then we will choose the Wildcard Custom Bag Builder VX42 Limited Edition. We're going to scroll down. My bag was the Wildcard Rainmaker VX42 Edition, the slick version. You can see here our starting price is $750 Malaysian ringgit. Now please keep in mind that that is not USD, so we'll convert the price at the end. We have three separate options: the 22-liter version, the 27-liter version, or the 34-liter version. I went with a 22-liter bag. You can see the bag is only offered with the gold inner shell, but that's exactly what we want anyway. Next, we go to the hardware upgrade, and we're going to choose the 5 fidlocks for the compression straps and sternum strap. The shoulder strap, I personally prefer to have the standard and not the quick release. I personally prefer to have no grab pads. I find it makes the bag slicker, but depending upon the amount of handles you had on the bag, you can go with 1, 2, or 3 grab pads to add on. Here's where you would add the side pockets for water bottles, the side grab handles, or any additional tactical webbing. There are a lot of options to choose from. I went with pockets left and right. This is more for the Cordura versions. If you are choosing the side pockets, you can actually make them any color you want, but because this is a VX42 bag, we are only offered the option of the actual bag color, which in this case, we are going with the black. Bottom handle or compression straps, I went with compression straps. Strap keeper, I said no because I actually have a bunch of them already. I wanted a slick look, so I went with no morale Velcro panel. The multiple pouch attachment webbing would be the molly that would go across the front of the bag. Again, I wanted a slick look, so I did not get it on my build. I added my secret back panel pocket, perfect for traveling. For the removable waist belt, we have 3 options: to not include it at all, to have the waist belt connection buckles without waist belts. I think that means just having the actual plastic buckles on the bag so you can add it later on, or the full waist belt system, which is what I went, and that is in fact the full waist belt that is removable. Trolley friendly means the pass-through loop that would be sewn on the back of the bag, so you can put this over a roller bag. I did not choose that because I generally just carry my backpack on my back. We went with the sunglass compartment and the slim zipper pouch, which is the pocket on the front of the bag, and the peel over front compartment, which is an amazing feature to have. I chose no rain flaps on the bag, again to keep a slick look. Because I chose side pockets on the bag, I could not clamshell the main compartment, so we kept it normal. Now you can add additional pouches here for an additional upcharge. I chose to not add any additional side pouches or random knickknacks, but here you can see the options that we can choose. I have a couple of Greenroom key loops, so I did not need another one. You can go ahead and customize your bag a little bit further by choosing some custom paracord zipper pull colors. Now please note, you can have a removable laptop sleeve with I think all of the Greenroom136 custom build bags, but it is not a drop-down option. At the bottom here in your special instructions, this is where you just type, "Please add a removable laptop sleeve," and you will get it. Now down the bottom here, you can see my full price is $1,215 Malaysian ringgit. Now, don't freak out, that's not a $1,200 bag. Simply pull up a currency converter and convert it into your own dollars, and you'll see that $1,215 Malaysian actually comes out to $292.67 USD. Now, as far as the wildcard build-ups go, the VX42 options are the easier of them to do because you have two options. You have black or you have MCB. So when you hit into the Cordura, that's where it can get a little bit confusing because you can choose different amounts of color panels, and then you have numbers to deal with, then you have to correspond each of those numbers to a color and a drop-down menu. If you need a little bit of help with that, I made a video you can check out right here that'll kind of help walk you through the wildcard buildup process. But again, the VX42 are a little bit easier because you don't have to deal with all of the numbers. It's just a little bit simpler of a process. Now with that out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and do the negatives, the neutrals, the positives, and then we'll end on my final conclusions. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the negatives right now, and that's going to be the main compartment zippers. Now, as you can see right there, I have my paracord pulls, so I'm ending at the pockets, but they actually go down past the pockets. And that happens, it actually goes down like probably about 3 inches or so down past it. So the zipper actually ends right about here. So you have all of this material that the zipper pulls there. Now, the reason that's an issue is the zipper pulls get lost inside the water bottle pockets. Now, if you have a water bottle, it kind of helps to prevent it from going down all the way in. But if the other side is empty, or you only have a few things tossed in there, you can lose the zipper pull and then you have to fish it out. Now, with having my zipper pulls that I tied on, it does make fishing it out a little bit easier. So if you didn't have this and you only had this little pull tab, it's going to be a little bit harder to get in there and get the bag unzippered, especially if you have some stuff in the compartment. Because sometimes I throw, I just have a little empty plastic bag, but sometimes I'll throw a couple of things in my pocket, not just a water bottle, and then it kind of gets lost in there. So I would personally make the zipper actually just stop right here, right above or just below, so you don't see the ending, just below the actual water bottle pocket. Then you don't have to lose and have to go fishing for your zipper pull. Now, the other negative for this bag is you're not gonna be able to hear it in full effect right now because I've kind of taken care of it a little bit, but the zipper pulls, they're jangly. Greenroom136 is known for this. It's these big fat YKK zipper pulls that they use. Now, they're quite large. You can see here, I wrapped them in a bit of paracord to help silence it a little bit, but you still get some of that jangly from the sides hitting. Now, what a lot of people do is they clip these completely off and then they'll just braid paracord directly through the zipper pull and they completely eliminate the pull tab. And as you can see here, again, I just wrapped it in some paracord to help silence it a little bit. I did not clip the pull tabs off because when I'm reviewing a product, I like to do non-destructive mods, things that can be reversed. So I didn't want to cut this off because I like to test it the way the bag was made. Yes, I'll modify it a little bit if I can to try to help suit my needs, but I like to do testing as the product is made. So that's just a quick way to help to silence them a little bit, as you can wrap some paracord to them, or again, you can just clip them off and then just braid the paracord through, or you could order it right through Greenroom136 with paracord pull tabs. I believe that is without, I've never done that, but I believe that is without the actual pull tab piece here. They just actually weave the paracord through the zipper pull and then you don't have the jangly at all. And once we get past the jangly zippers, we're done with our negative points. And we're gonna move into our neutral points. And the first of that is going to be about the shoulder straps. Right here, the actual shoulder pad has just this little bit of gap. It doesn't actually connect all the way to the back panel of the bag. Now what that does is it has a tendency to twist a little bit. So For me, when I'm grabbing this from the other side of my car, I'll grab this strap and I'll swing it on my shoulder. I'll get out of the car, and when I get out of the car, I'll try to put my other arm through, and it doesn't always do it, but sometimes, I think it has to do with wearing a watch too, it will roll the strap. And then, I mean, it's a simple thing, you just have to grab it and flip it back over. But if the shoulder pad was actually connected all the way to the back, it would have a little bit more rigidity and it wouldn't have that tendency to twist. Now that is by no means a deal breaker. It's just something annoying that happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often enough that it's something that I felt I needed to mention. We're going to talk about the laptop sleeve. Now, it is nice. It is removable, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the positives, but it doesn't quite fit a 15-inch MacBook Pro. The computer does fit in the sleeve. The back will completely zip and the computer is fine, but you just have a little bit of that overhang. It sticks out just a little bit. And the last neutral point is this bag has a lot of organization, like a lot of organization. You have an admin panel in front. You have another sleeve on the inside and pockets in the front. You have a second admin panel on the back. This bag has so much organization, sometimes I forget things are in here and I lose them. I actually just did a clean up and clean out of my EDC, and I kind of minimalized some of the stuff, and I kid you not, I had like 4 different pouches of my business cards inside this bag because there were so many pockets that I just kept sticking them in because I didn't know I had them. These ones are in the back admin panel. I had some in the front admin panel. I had some in one of these zipper pockets on the inside. Actually, I think, yeah, there's two pockets back here on the admin panel. I actually had business cards in both of these, and it was just crazy. I was laughing at myself by how many packs. I had 4 different packs of business cards in this bag, and yeah, it's not a bad thing to have lots of business cards, but I had so many business cards that it would take me a year to hand them all out. So I took some of them out. I have 1 pack of business cards in here now. So I kind of forgot how much stuff I had in this bag because it had so much organization. Now that's more of a joke neutral point to put in there because it's actually going to come up again in the positives in a little bit later on. But we're going to move on to our positives now, and that's going to be starting with our peel down front pocket. This is so incredibly useful. I did not have this on my first Rainmaker because I thought, for some reason, I thought this was going to just look bad and it wasn't going to be functional. But oh my God, was I so incredibly wrong. It makes accessing everything in here so easy. And as you can see, there still is a bit of a dump pocket here. Now the pouch itself, it does have its own 3-dimensional space, so it's not taking up internals of the bag. So anything you stick in here is going to bulge out and not into the main compartment of the bag, which is great because it's not going to be taking up any of your internal space. Now this is so handy to access your admin panel. I have a first aid kit, I have a battery bank, I have extra masks and stuff in here, some pens, Sharpies, I have a little light, and I have a little Write in the Rain notebook because I've been keeping notes for something else that I've been working on that you'll see in an upcoming video. So this peel down front panel is so incredibly useful. I'm blown away by it. And while I have this open like this, and you've already seen, we're going to talk about one of the other positive points, which is this gold high vis interior. This is awesome. This is great, especially if I'm using this for a dump pouch and I have something down below, I can see inside this bag. When you have a gray or a black liner, you can't see inside the bag. So I love this. It's also super great for our main compartment, especially if I only zip it to the ends and I'm looking down into this black hole, I can see everything I've got inside this bag. This gold high-vis interior, it's awesome. I absolutely love it. It's a little bit easier on the eyes. A lot of places use a blaze orange, which is great, but it's a little bright. Sometimes you'll feel like you want to wear sunglasses. Where this gold, it's a little overexposed now. That's probably a closer indication of the actual color of the bag, but it's great. I love this high-vis interior. Now, one of the biggest questions I have been fielding between the VX and the Cordura is the weight. What is the weight difference? While I do not currently have my Cordura Rainmaker, that's a whole story, I can say that the VX version is lighter, and that's for two reasons. A, the VX material itself is lighter than the Cordura, and this is a 22-liter bag where my Cordura is the 27-liter bag. So overall, the Cordura version that I have is larger, so therefore it's going to weigh more. I have not put this on a scale to get a exact weight because I've been too busy using it and carrying it, and it's always full of stuff. So I can't tell you directly right now, but if I remember, I'll throw it in and bring this bag empty to work and give you a weight of the bag. Hip belts. If you've been following any of my videos, you know I'm not a big hip belt guy. I do use them when I hike and carrying a heavy load, but generally on day hikes, I don't use hip belts. On EBCs, I definitely don't use hip belts, but this is the new Greenroom136 hip belt, and I do actually like this a lot, and that's because it is very simple to remove, and it's pretty small and compact, so I can actually leave this inside the bag all the time if I want to, and completely forget that it's in there. So it's really, really simple to take on and take off. All you do is unvelcro it and slide it through the buckle. And to put it back on, you just repeat the process by feeding it back through and reconnecting the Velcro. Now, I did use it on a hike, and it was actually very, very comfortable. It supported the bag on my hips. It worked out really, really well for me. Now, again, these are pretty small and compact. You can easily fold these up, leave them in the bag, have them in there all the time. What I've been doing is just kind of folding them in half and leaving them in the back with my shoes, because yes, I do actually hike in those red beat up old Vans. They're very comfortable, so if I'm doing a short day hike, I'll just throw these on because I'm comfortable in them. I've been wearing skate shoes since I'm like 12 years old, so that's more than half my life. I'm just very comfortable in skate shoes. If I'm doing a longer hike or carrying a very heavy load, yes, I will put on a pair of hiking boots, but I prefer those little red guys. So I've just been leaving these hip belts in the back of the car with my shoes, so I just throw these on my bag when I'm ready to go, because I don't EDC with the hip belt. So having this removable is a huge, huge positive for me. And another huge positive of this bag is that it has lots and lots and lots of organization. I can really, really dial in my carry with my front admin pocket, and then on top of that, we have another quick access pocket, and then we have another quick access pocket where I keep things like my work ID badge and a pen to sign in, and puppets. You gotta keep the 2-year-olds entertained. And then inside our main compartment here, we have we have not one, but hard to see, 2 zipper compartments. So we actually have 2 pockets that are mesh that we can, they're not stretchy mesh, but they do expand out. There's a lot of space in there, so I can still get my hand in there. And some of these pouches, they're not super thick, but they've got some bulk to them, and they fit in there perfect. And again, there's 2 of them. and I can easily get my hand in there and get my stuff out. And I can just zip that back up and then across the back. We also have another liner pocket that's pretty deep. I've been keeping things like a journal in there. And then I also have my garage built gear admin panel, which I slide in there. The tech kit for my computer. And then I have my tool kit, which I also will throw right in that main compartment. And I still have a lot of room in there for a lot more stuff. And this is only a 22-liter bag. Now we zip this pupper back up. And then we have our full clamshell back end here. If I don't zipper the straps on both sides, I got the straps caught in the zippers on both sides. This bag will clamshell open, where I have a second notebook because the first one's almost empty. We have our laptop side, we have our admin side, where again we have another admin panel with 2 liner pockets about hand size, 2 more pen, Sharpie, pencil slots, and then another big, fat, flat admin panel, which should be great for throwing your tablet in here because once it's closed, you have your laptop sleeve on the other side, so there's padding there. And then we also have, wait for it, our removable laptop sleeve, and that's the closure of it. I just kind of keep it tucked in there to make it easier to get the laptop in and out. Then I could just unzip the top of the bag and pull my laptop in and out. I don't have to actually Velcro it every time. So this bag has a ton of organization to it. And I almost forgot the hidden back panel, which is great for passports and important documents if you're traveling, because this is not a big fat YKK zipper. This is a little YKK zipper. So when you zip your bag, you tuck it in there, it's practically hidden. That's why I always forget I have this pocket. I've had this on, I think, every single one of my green room bags. I've had this hidden pocket put in there. I love it. I have traveled with green room bags, and I've been keeping important stuff in there. Passports and whatnot always go in here because it's just completely hidden. I forget it's in there. I can't leave anything inside this pocket. When I'm done traveling, I have to take it out because I will 100% completely forget that I have this pocket. I think I even forgot to mention this pocket in my unboxing video because it's so hidden. I just totally forget about it. Now I've used this bag in 3 different applications. I've used it as a dad bag, both for family outings and for daddy-daughter days. Most notably, I took it to the zoo where I had to carry a whole bunch of crap in it. And this is my basic loadout from any daddy-daughter or family days. Just add a sippy cup and a bottle of water for the humans. And this is my loadout for any time I have family days or daddy-daughter days. I've used this hiking as a day pack, both with and without the hip belt. I wanted to see how it carried both ways. And again, it is a huge positive for me that the hip belt is removable from this bag because again, I'm not a big hip belt guy, but it does work really, really well. It transfers the weight from my shoulders to my hips if I'm carrying a bigger load. And again, yes, I do actually hike with those red Vans. Those are legit shoes that I will hike in. So this is my basic loadout as a hiking bag, again, minus the water and hydration. I will generally carry a little bit more water this time of the year because it is getting quite warm, so the hip belt did come in very useful for some of those heavy water carry days. But this is my basic loadout for a day hike. And then I have used this as my EDC. I've been carrying this just about every day for weeks now. It has been very comfortable. This is my basic EDC loadout. Again, the only thing missing is sometimes I'll throw a water bottle in this. Usually I'll carry a Camelback Chute 750. It fits really great inside the pockets and everything fits inside the bag. And again, as you saw when I showed you my kind of basic loadout inside the pack, I still have space in here for any incidentals. Now in all 3 applications, the bag wore really, really well. It was very comfortable. The straps are thick enough to provide comfort, but yet they are thin enough to still be pliable and feel comfortable bending around my shoulders. And with the hip belt on, the bag also felt and carried very, very nice. So overall, I am extremely satisfied with this VX42 Rainmaker. In the beginning, I probably leaned more towards the Genesis as my personal preference for daily carry, but the more I use the Rainmaker, I honestly think that the Rainmaker is my personal preference now over the Genesis of the bags. I liked the Genesis style because I came from like messenger bags and cycling style bags, and to me that's more of a cycling aesthetic, where this is more of the hiking EDC aesthetic. And now, especially with that peel down front pocket, I mean, it's almost unbeatable. The organization is top notch in this bag, and that peel down front pocket just makes getting into that stuff in the front just so much easier. So personally, I'm favoring the look and functionality of the Rainmaker now, and this VX has been great. I mean, I've used this again for about a month and 3 different applications. I've taken this in the woods, I've taken this on family trips, and my daughter, she's 2.5 years old, she's always sticky, and the bag still looks great. It still looks almost brand new. So I am very, very satisfied with the Greenroom136 Rainmaker in VX42, as I'm generally very satisfied with Greenroom products because they make a killer bomb-proof product, and you can't beat the price. These are all handmade in Malaysia, so I am very satisfied with my Greenroom products all across the line, especially this VX42 Rainmaker. So if you're on the fence about any of the Greenroom products, I'm gonna just say go for it. Now, they are all, again, handmade, so depending upon the customs the custom options that you put on the bag, it may take a little bit longer to get it because, again, they're handmade, they're built to order, so you may have to wait a little bit longer to get the bag, but the wait is worth it because these things, again, they're bomb-proof, they're awesome. I highly recommend Greenroom136, handmade in Malaysia, and tell Patrick that I sent you because he's a super cool dude. And if you want, there is a link down below. In full disclosure, it is an affiliate link to get yourself some killer Greenroom136 products. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.